Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video in this 30-day wedding photography crash course. I'm Josiah Blizzard, and I am going to cover editing and outsourcing today. This is such a large portion of the wedding photography job, right? The process that we go through. However, I've already created two videos. One is 5 tips on how to edit a wedding in 3 hours or less, and a second is like a 40-minute behind the scenes video of me editing an engagement session, 2 engagement sessions, and a wedding. I am not going to actually edit any photos in this video here. So if you want to watch those 2 videos, which I would recommend, they're in this playlist here on my channel, but you can also catch them in the cards here or in the description below. So go watch those videos if you want to see me edit behind the scenes photos, okay? What I'm going to cover here is that it's really not much. Really, I'm going to talk about outsourcing. That's essentially what this is going to be. So sorry if you feel lied to a little bit. Editing is, like I said, such a huge part of the process. People are hiring you for the style of photos that you're delivering, right? You might know people who have a light and airy wedding photography style, or some people who have this dark and moody style, or some people who just have a very natural, clean look. We like to describe our editing style, our photography style, as a light and airy mixed with vibrant and colorful. We like to keep our greens saturated in our oranges and the sunset, right? And all the bold colors that you see in these photos, we like to keep them saturated, but not overly saturated, obviously. So my biggest tip when it comes to editing is to keep it subtle. Don't go overboard. Don't go crazy. Keep things subtle. Subtlety is key. When you're changing the sliders in Lightroom, just do it slowly, don't overdo it, and sometimes maybe edit a little bit and then come back to those photos a little bit later and see if you still like those edits. Sometimes resting your eyes from those photos is very, very helpful. But the big thing is outsourcing. We started outsourcing all of our weddings for 2019, and it's been so far really incredibly helpful. What that means for me is that I can make videos like this for you because I'm not spending a couple of hours a day editing. And even though, yeah, it only takes me 3 to 4 hours sometimes to edit a wedding, it is physically and mentally draining, right? It feels like after I've edited a wedding that I have just shot for 8 hours of time because I've been staring at this computer screen, and the creative process is just so draining sometimes. So for me to be able to send out 1,000 photos to my private editor, and for her to be able to pretty much send back the photos in the same exact way that I would have edited them anyway, it just makes sense for me to pay a couple $100s to her. I think I pay her 30 cents an image or something along those lines, and she edits them for me, gets them back to me within a week or 2, and nobody knows the difference because she's capable of doing the same exact thing that I am capable of doing. So that's where the question comes up of, I've had people ask, especially like parents and stuff, like, well, isn't that like you're lying to your clients, or are you tricking your clients? Is it not your work if you're outsourcing? And I know it's hard to grasp, right? Like, this is such a large portion of your business that you're handing over to somebody else. But the rule that we've heard and that we are now passing on to you guys is, if somebody else can do the same job, then why not just give it to them so that you can focus on growing your business in another way? And that's what I'm doing with this YouTube channel. I'm able to, instead of editing photos, I'm able to make these videos for you guys and grow my business in another realm that I never thought I'd be able to grow my business in. So I would suggest that you start outsourcing. Maybe outsource 1 wedding or 2 weddings a year just to see how it feels. The biggest thing when it comes to outsourcing is that you should have some presets made. That way you can pass those presets along to whoever your editor might be, and they can pretty much just apply the preset that you apply anyway to your own photos. It's pretty much like you're editing the photos already. Like, most of the edit is done when you pass along that preset or you apply that preset, and then they're the ones who are making the minor tweaks. They're adjusting the contrast or the exposure. All of the colors should be baked in already because of your preset. And if you're really great at shooting it and getting it right in camera, then there's really not going to be a whole lot of work that they're going to have to do on their end, because you've already done it in camera and you've already made your preset for it. So all they're doing is adjusting and making some minor tweaks to the images, right? Cropping, etc., that sort of thing. So we have found that outsourcing our photos has been such a weight lifted, and it's just been really freeing for us to have more time back, either relaxing or working on another part of our business, because I imagine that you can make more money in the 4 hours that it would take you, or the 6 hours or 8 hours. Maybe it takes you a full day to edit a wedding. And in those 8 hours, how can you make more money in your business than, I'm sure there's ways you can focus on client relationships, you can focus on marketing, you can focus on meeting with venues or vendors and building relationships outside of your office, right? Most of us who are full-time, I'm stuck in this office all day long, editing photos and doing marketing and advertising and social media and QuickBooks and a whole bunch of random things, right? But when you pass off your bookkeeping, or you pass off your editing outsourcing, or your whatever it is that you're outsourcing. We know people who outsource their cleaning, right? They have house cleaners before, right? Like they hire them $50 for the month or the week or whatever you're paying for it. They come in, and the 3 hours it takes them to clean the house is 3 hours that you have to focus on your business and grow your business in another way. So outsourcing isn't just for editing, it's for other things as well. So I would suggest that you guys try outsourcing. There's a whole bunch of companies that do photo editing for you. I know Freedom Edits is one of them. I'm going to link the other two below because I can't think of them off the top of my head. But Freedom Edits is an outsourcing company that will take your photos, edit them for you, send them back, or you can find a private editor. We know a girl who's local, another photographer who's just looking for some extra money, and so she offers private photo editing, and so we send all of our photos to her. She does a really awesome job, and she just makes sure before she edits a wedding that she's nailing down the style. And essentially when I send her photos, right, I send her a Lightroom catalog, and I've already edited a portion of photos that are going to go to my website, onto the blog. And so there's already a base edit for most sections of the day. And then she's pretty much going in, and from the 100 or 150 photos I've edited, she takes those presets from those portions of the wedding day, and she'll copy them and she'll apply them to the 1,000 images that are still left to edit. So it has really opened us up as far as our time during our day goes to focus on other things. So I know that outsourcing sounds scary because you're giving away part of your business to somebody else, but it is really, really freeing. So I suggest that you give it a shot, even if it's only once or twice, and just see how you feel about it. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about outsourcing? Have you ever outsourced any of your business or editing or anything like that? Have you ever even thought about outsourcing? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a deeper discussion on this topic. So that's it. Go check out the other two videos that I mentioned. They're in the description below as well, and in the cards here, and I'll probably link them in the end screen as well. So check those out. Come back for another video tomorrow. Not sure what we're talking about, but it is wedding photography related. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you're feeling generous, and share with a friend who might find the content valuable. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next video.